Welcome back, friends. It's the Half-Assed Crafter. I'm Laura, the Half-Assed Crafter. We're gonna do half-assed crafts, but I think this might be my most ambitious video that I've done to date. All right, and I do have an idea for the focal point for this one. Okay, I have these two ladies. I think I'm gonna use this lady. I mean, I could use both ladies, I guess. But let's fussy cut this lady out and then see what we think. Okay, so I cut this lady out and then I realized she kind of blends in, like you can't really see her. So I thought, well, let me cut this lady out and see how she works with a white outline so that you could see her better. So let's take this one away. So she actually works really well on either page. You can definitely see her. So that's cool. But I really kind of like how she blends in. She almost looks like she's just kind of like out in space observing the universe. I kind of like this. And then if I wanted, I could outline her in a white line. And rather than this one being super stark, I think that this one might be really neat. Ooh, I don't know which one I want. Okay, I like both. Okay, so I think I might try both. I think I may put this lady here because she looks like she's in the background and this lady looks closer in the foreground. All right, so I've got that. That's cool. The other option that I have, I've really been trying to find a place to use this. So I could put that there and then I could have this lady here, or I could have this lady here and she kind of looks like she's observing that. I don't know. I like them all. I like all these choices. All right. Another option I have is that I have this paper. This is a gel plate print that I pulled on some deli paper. And what I can do is I can put a piece of this behind her. And then I could do maybe a piece under here, potentially. That kind of puts them together. Now, the one thing you may be noticing is that I didn't do the next layer. Where's my, oh no. Oh no. Ah, okay. So what I haven't done is fine tip markers, acrylic markers, stamps, stencils, or washi tape. Okay, so what I did here is I was like, okay, with all of these colors and everything, I knew that these ladies were going to be what I wanted. So I have put them, I really don't like her with that, but I think her with that works. Oh yeah, I like that a lot actually. Holy smokes. Okay, so fine tip markers, acrylic markers, stamps, stencils, washi tape. So to me, the words are kind of like a stamp. So if you didn't have the napkin with the words, you could stamp words for some texture. That would be great. I am not sure that I want to do that layer. Do I want to put some washi tape somewhere? I mean, this is kind of similar to washi tape. It's also acrylic. It's in smaller bits. So it's creating a smaller coverage area. Oh yeah, I like that. And then I could write something there. This page I think is just going to have to be done. I think that this is how this page is going to go. All right. So let me tell you how I'm going to glue all this stuff down. This is deli paper. And so it is going to need gel matte medium or glue. I'm sure that the Mod Podge would work just fine, but I don't really need the liquid of the Mod Podge. So I am going to use gel matte medium for this. And sometimes this is how our pages go. Sometimes we're working in a formula and then we say, this is it, actually. I'm done now. I did the thing is done. And maybe I don't go all the way to the end of the formula. And that's okay, because you know when your page is done. Trust yourself. Just trust yourself. 99% of the questions I get are people who don't trust themselves. They're like, well, what about this? And what about this? And what about this? And I'm like, y'all, just do it. Trust yourself. You can do it. You absolutely are capable. I know that you're capable. You may not know that you're capable, but I know that you're capable. So with that being said, I give you permission to just go try it, and it's okay. Go wreck your art journal. Because trust me, I've had so many times where I'm like, oh, I'm scared. I don't want to wreck my art journal. Blah, 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 blah. Just go wreck that art journal. It's fine. It's no big deal. No one's arrested me yet, and I've mucked some stuff up, y'all. Let me tell you. I've been really good at mucking stuff up. Super good, in fact. Some people would say too good. Too good at mucking stuff up. You need stuff mucked, you go talk to Laura. She'll muck it up. I also muck horse pastures, but only my own. I will not muck your horse pasture. Please don't ask. It would be awkward for us both. All right, so I've got that on there, but what I really want to do is I want to push it down. So there's acrylic paint under here. It's very textured, so I want to really squeeze out any air bubbles that are in here. And I'm going to do a similar thing with these. Now these are, I should have told you this. These are from collagesoup.com. She had some free printables. She does free printables, I think maybe every few weeks. And then she keeps them up on her site for a while and then she takes them down. So if you go to her site and you see a printable that you really like, you should probably snag it. I am putting Mod Podge over this magazine paper, which is super ridiculous and dumb, and I shouldn't be doing it because this paper is so thin. It's from a Birds and Blooms, and it's just so dang thin. I'm probably going to mess everything up. So, keep watching to see how Laura messes everything up, because Laura's channel is the how not to do arts and crafts channel. All right, and then this is gonna go down. Where's the edge of my page? There we go, like that. All right, and then I'm going to try and smooth it down. But again, where I live is so dry that this matte medium has already dried. And then this little guy, this is very fiddly, and y'all know I hate fiddly, so oh shenanigans. That's why I hate fiddly. That right there is why I hate fiddly. And what I'm gonna try to do is I'm using a very little bit of gel matte medium to go on the edges to try and seal these edges down. And I am going on such a light touch. It's almost as light as I used for the napkins because this is very thin magazine paper. This is not collage paper or anything like that. So I just get a little coating on the end of my spatula here, and then I'm just gonna go over the edges like so, just to seal it. All right, now we're gonna let that dry. And then we're gonna put this lady on here. She's gonna go about there. Yep, okay. I'm gonna use art glitter glue for her. There's a few reasons why. Number one, I need her to stick. Number two, she's big and she's been printed on an inkjet printer, so all of this ink will run. And I don't want that to happen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put art glitter glue on the top of her. Ooh, I don't want art glitter glue up here, actually. I'm not done. Hang on. I am gonna give her a crown. I forgot. All right, let's put her down at the bottom first. I just got so excited about how good she looks that I was like, let's glue her down. But I did cut her little crown, and so I do want to give her a crown. But we're gonna make a crown for her. So the thing with art glitter glue is that it will leave lines. So my advice to you is put enough on there and smooth it out as best you can. Again, I like to work from the center out. Okay, and then I do have some on, she's got some on here. Let me just wipe this off for right now. And I can hopefully pull that up. Okay, so I do want to give her some stuff on her crown here. And I have this paper to make her a little crown, or I could use more gel plate prints. I could use collage paper. I really actually think that I kind of like this idea. That doesn't look right, does it? Okay, the other option that I could do is I could draw on her crown. I could paint it on with like paint markers. That's an option. I could just cut that part off of her. What if? I know, this is very scary. It scares me too. I know that y'all are like, oh my gosh, she's cutting it and it's half glued down. Same, friends. Same. I too am saying the same thing about myself. Okay, I do have, so here's her crown, and she had this piece. I also have some of these pieces, which are kind of interesting. Yeah, let's try this. I have an idea. What if I did something like that? That gives her a crown. Well, that's kind of neat. Okay, and then we can do something with that crown. Let's stop and think for a minute. What could we do with the crown? Do I have any other pieces that I like better? Oh, I think I do. Okay, so this is a page that I cut, or that I copied out of a magazine so that I could cut this apart. So let's cut this apart. Okay, what if I did, instead of this crown, I could do this. Okay. Oh, I like that.
I'm just gonna very randomly glue that down, and then do that there. Does that help or not? I think it does.
All right, this straight line here kind of throws me off, so I'm going to put that in there like that. Yes. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's really good, actually. Okay. And then let's glue her, well, let's finish gluing this down. This might not be the way you want to do it, but I'm going off of me being like, oh my gosh, yes, this is exactly what I want to do. This looks great. I'm in love with all of it. Sorry if my head keeps getting in the way. All right. Okay, now we've got her down. Oh my gosh, I love this page. I actually did not think I would make whole art journaling pages with you, but this one kind of took off and got a mind of its own. Okay, so what I might do, and I'm not gonna do it with you right this minute, but what I might do is I would outline the flower, possibly in black. I'm gonna outline her in white. I am gonna outline her in white. And I'm probably gonna outline this crown in black. So, but first I'll outline everything but the crown in white. So I would like outline that in white and that, but not these tips. And then I would go over all of that, just this crown part with white, with black. All right, and then I'm gonna outline her in white. And then if I get bold, I'm gonna put a little quote up here. Okay, so this one's done. So I just made an art journal page with you, which I never thought that I would ever do. So there we go, haha. All right, this one I really like. So this is another collage soup printable. I think everything aside from, this was a magazine, everything has been a collage soup printable. This, I actually think I might do this in more of a Tisha Moore style. I think that would be how I might want to roll with this one, which means I would take bits of collage fodder and then I would just put them in places and then I would build on that. But let's look at our, okay. So for the other one that we just did, I did the focal point. And then there would be a fine layer detail with the acrylic markers. So this one we did acrylic paint. Well, we did the stamp pads, right? And then we did some napkin and some collage paper and some printed paper. Then there is fine tip marker, acrylic markers, stamps, stencils, and washi tape. I think I'm going to do stencils again, but I want to do white stencils, and I think I want to do a white. I want to use white. I want to break this up and use some white on it. So let me think about how I want to do that. How do I want to incorporate white? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do, and this isn't really on my list, okay, but we're on the small coverage area, and I'm gonna use some white gesso. And I think what I'm going to do is use my finger. I know. I've gotten very messy today, y'all. This is not how I normally roll. But what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do this. And I'm going to just put a little bit of gesso in some areas. So A, the gesso is going to activate, obviously, the ink. But B, it is going to knock back this background a little bit. That's kind of what I want to do. And you just want to kind of put it in a few small areas. And when it dries, it is going to dry. It's not going to dry clear, but you're definitely going to be able to see through it a bit better than maybe you would when it's wet. And what I'm really trying to do is just knock some of this back so that it doesn't look like disparate pieces of paper. Like right here, you can definitely see that these three are all different pieces of paper. So if I can get the gesso on here, then I can put those together. And now it looks more like it's all pretty cohesive and it's not just all of these pieces of paper glued down. Like, see how stark that edge is there? If I put a little bit of gesso on it, it just kind of breaks that up a little. Oh yeah, this looks great. All right, this is definitely giving me what I wanted. And again, none of this is to be perfect. All right, So you're looking at it from way up here and you're like, you just erased all that. I didn't. Let me show you. There's more texture, but you can still see all of the colors. Those colors are still coming through. So now if I put things on top of it, those focal points are really going to pop out more than they would. So like if I wanted to use these eyes, and maybe, I don't want to use her, but I could. But see how she like really comes out of the background now because I knocked that background back. Okay, let's see what we have that we could use. I'm gonna get a collage soup book, I think. Okay, I have selected some collage soup things. So in this book, which I bought on Amazon, this is a bound printed book, Secret Lives of Paper Dolls. I found this. The other side are these cute dresses, but that's okay. I want her. I think she's gonna be my focal point. And I like her because she's black and white, and I have a lot of black and white in this background, but she should pop out because it's such a dark background. Okay, so that's my first, that is the focal point. But behind the focal point, I do want to put something else. Let me cut her out. Okay, so if I just put her on the page, I mean, it's cute and she does stand out, but let's look at the whole thing. She's just kind of floating around. What's the point, right? So what I want to do is I want to figure out, how do I want to do this? I love those eyes. So I have these, and these mimic this stencil in the background a little. There's a very organic stencil back there. We do have flowers here. So what I did was, I forget which ebook this is. It's the botany one. She has a printed one called Hodgkin's Botany, which I don't have. But then she has another one, which is called something botany, but I don't remember what. Anyway, so I thought, okay, well, I could fussy cut out some of these cactuses and we could put those behind her. I could fussy cut some of these watercolor looking pieces and put those behind her, but these are totally different looks from one another. There's this really cool like alien, life form, which I wouldn't take all of them. I would take some of them, the ones that match the coloring back here. Like I probably wouldn't take these hot orangey ones. I wouldn't use those. And then I also have these two, which are similar to this one. And again, I probably wouldn't take the orange ones, but I definitely take the green stuff. I really like this leaf on this one, I think, the most. And then that leaf is good. This piece is good. This piece is good. Then I had the other idea of using this piece, and I could cut this piece out in a way so that she could sit on top of it. And then I could put it in here somehow. So I'm not sure which one I really want to do, if I'm honest. I kind of like the idea of having this sitting here and then maybe having her with putting these ones behind. Let's cut some of these out. I think this is going to be where we're going. This is where we're going to go. And you're going to ask me, how do you cut those little tendrils? You don't. I know, it's almost like a spoiler. Y'all were all ready. You were like, oh, I'm going to learn the secret to fussy cut those little tendrils out. The secret is don't cut them, because that seems like a hassle. So I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try to cut this big piece out, because I think if I can cut this big piece out, I can layer some of those on it. So this is going to take me a minute. So I'm going to go and cut a bunch of pieces out, and then I'll just come. Okay, I fussy cut a bunch of stuff. I tried a bazillion different ways of doing things. I spent hours trying to figure this layout out. I think I got it. I think. I'm still not entirely sure, but I think I've got it. I do I'm with you. You're like, Laura, there's nothing really there, but I think I'm okay with that because the background is so busy. I don't think that that's going to be a problem. So there's a few things here that I want to call out that I noticed while I was doing this. The first thing is I realized I wanted something behind her that made her kind of pop off of the page. She sort of, I'll put her over here. She just sort of blends into the background a little. Oh, well, now I kind of like her over here too. We could overlap her just a bit. Okay, well, I thought I had this done and ready to go, but now I'm like second guessing myself because I think actually I like this with her wandering in the page. What about if we put a bird on that side? This wasn't really the plan for this video. I was just going to show you some backgrounds, but then I thought, well, now that I've done all this, I want to do the actual collage on all of it. And now I've got like an 8-part video that nobody's going to want to watch because it's going to take forever to get through it. Forever. Okay, it's literally been like, I don't know, maybe a second for you. For me, it has been, if I do the math, a lot of hours. So I have gone through my Collage Soup books. I've gone through my Collage Soup printable scraps and printables. And I even went so far as to dig into my ephemera and found some old piano paper. What's that called? Sheet music from like the 1900s. If this isn't mixed media, I have no idea what is. So there are lots of little bits on here that are all layered up. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get them put back down in the same layer, but I do know that I need to glue the sheet music down first, and then I can start playing with everything. This needs to get glued down. This sheet music needs to get glued down. These things are also individually cut out and will need to be clustered together. So I'm going to do that, but we're going to speed through it because I know some people want to see this. Like folks say, I want to see you doing the thing. So I'm going to show it to you, but it's going to be very fast. And we still have to do the last book, which I don't even remember what it looks like if we're honest. So let's get to gluing. All right, here it is. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. Okay, I will probably outline some stuff with some gel pens. Who knows? I am still doing the small detail stuff by myself because I don't have a ton of confidence in it yet. So you'll have to forgive me that I'm not doodling on camera. I do doodle on camera on occasion, but all right, so that's that one. So now we've done 2 art journal layouts using my little background method, which is this. It's below. And now we're gonna go to the last and final one. For this series, I have something planned for you in a next video. Okay, now we have this one, and I realized that these pictures from the Collage Soup Botany journal thing that I picked out, these 2 here, would actually go really well on this one because of the orange. At least I thought they would, but now I'm like, well, maybe not. Okay, so I have these just laying around, and she actually looks great on this page. And then I also have this lady who doesn't look as good as that lady. So guess we know which one's going on this page. I don't just want to glue, well, I mean, I could just totally glue her down and then we could write something here. That's what we're going to do. That was way too easy. It never is this easy for me. The like 8 hours that it took to find the other focal points in the last page are most definitely more in line with how it usually goes for me in finding art journal focal points. So I'm going, because she's so big, and I know that I just used art glitter glue on the other, but because she is so ginormous, I'm gonna use some matte gel medium on her, because she's really huge. Also, we're having like such a wind rain storm thing happening right now. It's not really thundering. It thundered earlier. In Oregon, there aren't actually like thunderstorms, not like Florida or Georgia gets them. It's just like a lot of wind and then maybe a few claps of thunder. But I have a dog who is definitely from Portland and has never heard thunder, so she always freaks out. So if it thunders, I'm gonna have a dog underfoot, and if you hear me go, oh jeez, Aggie, and then fall down and a dog yelp, it's because I stepped on her, because she's the same color as the carpet. So, you know, maybe I'll edit it out, but probably not, because it'll make me giggle, and I leave in anything that makes me giggle. All right, we're putting her all the way down, just like that, center of the page. Blammo, blammo, blammo. That was way too easy. I agree. I mean, I could have put some stuff behind her and all of that, but man, she just looked good, you know? I am gonna go over her with some matte gel medium just to seal these edges in. Now, I printed her, I'm gonna say it again, I printed her on an inkjet printer. I printed all of these Collage Soup printables on my inkjet. I have a Eco Tank 3850. I like it. Sometimes I feel like I need a laser printer so that I can do this sort of stuff and not have to worry about spreading all of the ink like I feel like I'm doing right now. All right, so we're gonna let her dry. I'll find a quote. I'll work on lettering because it's one thing I haven't done yet. I know that I need to do it. And then we will put some words over here, and I could stamp words, and I could use my magazine words if I wanted to put something over there. But sometimes art journaling can just be this easy, where you just slap something down and you're like, that's it. That's what I want. I like that. Yeah, I mean, I could add things, but I would just be adding things to add things for adding things' sake, which I don't think is a good reason. That's really pretty. That is so pretty. I love that. All right, maybe I should put some washi tape. I haven't done washi tape. All right, we'll do washi tape in the future. We did the 3. Here's 1. Here's 2. I haven't doodled her yet. Don't worry, I'll doodle it. And finally, here's 3. And these are all double page spreads. They're 2-page spreads. But you can do these techniques on single pages, y'all. Just do it once instead of, you know, on 2 pages. Very simple. So there's my 3 art journal pages, 3 backgrounds, 3 different ways. You can do it too. Next time, we're going to do this without ink or paint. What? I know, it's going to be fun. I mean, maybe we'll use some ink and paint, but that won't be our base layer. All right, see you later. Bye.